It is your job to know who you are, to feel into your body, to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth, and to share your talents, your joy, and your creativity. It is not your job to fix everybody else, make everybody else comfortable, and all that malarkey that goes with that. Hello, and welcome to Your Free Voice with me, your host, Julia Norton. This podcast is for people who use their voice professionally or for fun, and they want to understand how it works a bit better, or to get over old stories that might be holding them back. Whatever level you're playing at right now, my goal is to bring you lots of actionable stuff, from the technical to the creative to the deeply woo, to help you free your voice. Episode 41. Hello. I have been away for a while. I have been writing a new musical, kind of a clown opera with a friend that I will tell you more about as it gets closer, but it's been really all-consuming. I've also been teaching lots of in-person workshops. So if you don't know about my workshops and you're missing out, I've had them in Marin County, California, San Francisco, California, and New York City, which is really exciting for me. So please get on my mailing list. You can do that by going to yourfreevoice.com, and you'll see a way on there on the resources page how to sign up for my newsletter list. There's all kinds of ways. Or you can email me there and, I'll send you the link. Anyway, I'll put a link in the show notes. How about that? So you can sign up for my email list and know about the events that are going on. But I've been busy, to say the least, and it's all been good stuff, but I've neglected you in podcast land, and so here I am jumping back in again. One of the things that has been coming up for me, especially this week, has been about boundaries. And so I thought maybe I need to do a podcast episode on that, because there's so much about boundary setting is about feeling like we can speak up for ourselves. So while this is not a singing or a public speaking topic, it is a standing up for yourself and speaking out topic, which I think is essential, especially right at the moment. So I actually just did a little Google to see what everybody else was saying, and I took this framework I got an email from the Calm app, actually. It was in my email. And so I'm kind of vaguely used their parameters, but I'm also going to waffle on in my own way about some of it. So when my boundaries were violated this week, I felt in my body a kind of a yucky feeling that I'd let myself down because I didn't stand up for myself in the moment, because I didn't want the other person to feel embarrassed or like I'd overreacted, or maybe I misunderstood. I'm laughing because I did not misunderstand. I was just giving them another out there, and I'm just catching myself in it. So how does your body feel if your boundary has been overstepped? Right? Whether it's, however this presents itself. You've said you'd rather not do something, but it happens, or some weird comment comes out of left field. Like, how does your body feel? Like, I felt hot. My stomach felt a bit clenched. I realized I had a clenched fist after the event, and I was angry with myself, and then I was angry with the person. So, it's really great to just kind of notice, be in touch with your body, how that's feeling as much as you can. Like through the day, just kind of check in with your body and see what's going on, because the more we can connect to our body, the more we can connect to our breath, the more opportunities we have to reset and tune in and communicate more clearly. So that's the first thing, is just give yourself a moment to just listen, tune into your body, and see what is going on and when did this start and why am I feeling that way. And then you can address the situation. And I think that you also don't have to do it in that moment. You can give yourself a beat and react when you can gather yourself. Because often when we're in an emotional state about something, then that whole prefrontal cortex is not hooked up in the way that it'd be useful. So it's nice to give yourself a beat, calm yourself down with some breathing, wait until your nervous system has regulated again before you continue to speak. And then you can put the person straight, just clearly. You don't have to be overamped about it or hyperbolic. Just be clear about that's not cool, however it is you want to say that. Another way of setting boundaries is, and this has been coming up for me, is when somebody wants you to do something, but you don't want to do that, but you do it anyway because they really want it. And again, as women, we're kind of trained and conditioned to be accommodating, especially for men. And this is what has been going on for me. And you don't have to do the thing. Like, really, if you're saying yes to somebody, but you're saying no to yourself, give yourself time to think about how you want to spend your time and your energy, right? Do you want to spend it really supporting this other person? That might be a completely appropriate use of your time. But if you're not down for it, then don't do it. Okay, so that's kind of thing number 2. So thing number 1, how are you feeling in your physical body? Thing number 2, are you saying no to yourself when you're saying yes to somebody else? Number 3, people talk about that no is a complete sentence, and I think that's right, but I also think it's really hard for most of us, especially women, to say no. The end. I mean, I certainly find it hard. I'm always wanting to lift up other people, and so I will often couch my no's in all kinds of, it's not you, it's me stuff. So while no might be too short of a sentence for you, try to just limit it to 1 sentence or 2. Like, try and keep your reason small. You don't need to give them a whole Cliff Notes version of the whole process. Just keep it brief. Number 4, and this there's so much about this in our voice journeys, right? As we step onto stage more, as we take up more space, as we speak up in meetings, as we put forward our creative ideas, you got to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable, because all of that is deeply uncomfortable making until you've done it enough. And then you're like, oh yeah, this feeling, that's the feeling I get when I'm putting myself out there. And actually that's good, because it means I'm stretching, I'm growing, and I'm being true to myself, right? So that's a different kind of discomfort from the one I'm talking about at the beginning, when you're getting that spidey sense, blech, yucky feeling that somebody else has overstepped a boundary and you didn't stand up for yourself. This is different. Being uncomfortable, speaking up for yourself, putting yourself out there is a necessary part of this growth, I think. And be prepared, I suppose this is number 5, is be prepared for the fact that not everybody's going to like it. You are going to lose some people. By setting your boundaries and saying no to people, you are going to lose some people. Some people are going to react in a way that is unpleasant or unkind. It's not your job to fix it. It is not your job to fix it. It is your job to know who you are, to feel into your body, to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth, and to share your talents, your joy, and your creativity. It is not your job to fix everybody else, make everybody else comfortable, and all that malarkey that goes with that. Okay? So, yeah, let me just recap then what I talked about today. I was talking about boundaries. Thing 1, feel in your body. Notice the sensations that are physically going on when a boundary has been overstepped. Ask yourself, if you're saying yes to somebody, are you saying no to yourself? Right? And how does that feel? Maybe it's okay, maybe it's not. Like, really question that. Communicate with clarity. It could be just no. It could be a bit more of a sentence or two, but it doesn't have to be an essay. Okay, so clear communication. Number 4, as you stretch and grow and get more comfortable taking up space, speaking out, standing up for yourself, it's going to be uncomfortable at the beginning, certainly. So be okay with that. Just know that's part of the thing. And number 5, be prepared that not everybody's going to like it. Not everybody's going to like you. You're not everybody's flavor. People aren't going to like the growth sometimes. Your friends, you'll lose some friends, but you'll gain other friends. And the friends that you lose, even if they were friends of yours in the first place, you've outgrown them. And new people who will see you for your true self, that's going to be a better fit for you. The other thing is that the more brightly you shine your light for other people, the more that you show the way of kindly setting boundaries and clearly communicating your needs, you're demonstrating that for other people. I will tell you one little anecdote. As some of you know, I'm back at a community college taking some music classes right now because I didn't get to do music in university. And I'm in there with this much older gentleman. He's really nice. He's full of joy. He's really friendly, but he's a bit older than me, like a couple of decades older than me. And he's always touching my necklaces, right? Every class he comes over and touches my necklaces. And the one day I wasn't wearing a necklace, he stroked the scar across my throat where I had my thyroid removed. So I have a big 6-inch scar across my neck. And he said, "Oh, what's that?" And every week I've made some joke about him touching me. And I'm trying to bring his attention to the fact that he's touching me. Now, for me, personally, I like this old guy. It's not a problem, him touching me. It's not a problem for me. But I'm also trying to bring it to his awareness that not everybody is going to be cool with him touching them like that. So today, when he came over and touched my necklace again, I took his hand very gently and I said, dude, you can't just keep touching women like that. It's not cool anymore. I said, I'm okay with it. You're not upsetting me. You haven't upset me. But you could easily upset somebody else, and it's not cool anymore. And he was able to finally hear it, but, it's hard. So, setting boundaries, being clear, being kind, but you don't have to fix it for everybody, okay? I think my last bit there was a bit confusing maybe because I do like this old guy and I didn't want to hurt his feelings, and he really isn't upsetting me, but I did just want to help him reevaluate how much he's touching. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that is this quick and dirty podcast about boundaries. I have a great one for you next week about community singing. If you are in Northern California, particularly if you are in the Bay Area and you are a woman and you are listening to this, I have an amazing, very small group women's in-person retreat happening here in Marin County on October 20th. I'm going to put the details in the show notes. Join us. You do not have to be a singer to join us, but we will sing, we will move, we will journal, we'll do visualizations. It's going to be glorious. Join me. More info for that, www.yourfreevoice.com/events. Okay, have a glorious week. Bye.